This is what teams do. They'll see somebody and then they'll be attracted to what they did in college. But then they'll get to the pros and say, well, you can't do that in the pros. If I'm drafting Lamar Jackson, I'm going to accept him for who he is. And that is, I don't want to take away his legs. I want him to be smart with his legs, but I'm not going to take that away from what he does. Mitchell Trubisky, I don't want to take away your legs and say, hey, you got to be a pocket passer. Even Cam. Now, Cam got touched up yesterday, but, Cam's going to end up with 8,000 rushing yards. He's going to end up with probably 70 touchdowns running. But this is what makes him dangerous. I know that there's a risk, but there is a reward, and you have to play with those odds. And Lamar Jackson, I would play those odds. And that would be, don't do what RG3 did. RG3 should be telling Lamar Jackson, don't do what I did. Don't take on defenders. Be smart. Slide. Get out of bounds. Every one of these quarterbacks, I would, if you're a running quarterback or you run a little bit in college, I would have every one of them look at Russell Wilson and how there's self-preservation there. For what was a bad offensive line a couple of years ago, he does run in the fourth quarter, but he is, and I think he's the best fourth quarter quarterback. If I'm down 2 touchdowns, 10 points, I would rather have Russell Wilson than any other quarterback in the NFL in the fourth quarter, in the final 5 minutes. I just feel that strongly about how he's able to improvise and he can beat you running or passing. Yes, Paul.
In his career, Andrew Luck averages 65 rushing attempts a season. He's on pace for 30 rushing attempts this year.
Well, he's somebody who has to have self-preservation, but he ran probably because the offensive line was so bad. Now he's got an offensive line that hasn't given up a sack in, 7 games? And he would get sacked an average of 35 times a game. And a season. So, the fact that he's on pace for half of that, it only seemed like it was 35 times a game.
That's amazing that they were able to win all those games.
Yeah. Yes, McLeod.
But we're still, everything Lamar Jackson did is flying in the face of NFL history. You're right, Russell Wilson's the only guy who's ever run that much and not gotten hurt. Everybody else, even Cam has had his injuries. Cam and Russell Wilson. There's no way he could 27 times.
But don't draft him then. You're not drafting him just to be a pocket quarterback.
But now with the RPOs, but he could throw downfield better. They didn't throw the ball more than 8 yards the whole game. I feel like they kind of held him back. He could throw a long ball. We've seen it in college.
Yeah, but they're going to limit the playbook. He just started his first game. The Bears have gotten to that point now with Mitchell Trubisky. So he played his rookie year. Now this is his second year. They just opened up the playbook for him. With Lamar Jackson, if I'm bringing you in because that's who you were in college. It's the same with Cam Newton. You want to make him a pocket passer. He's not. So why don't I take the abilities that I'm drafting and utilize them? I want you on the defensive when you play against us. I don't want to cater to you and say, you know what, we're going to take away his legs so it'll be a little bit easier for you to, get to Cam Newton. I want Cam putting pressure on you. I want Russell Wilson putting pressure on you. I want Lamar Jackson putting pressure on you. Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, I'm looking back at early Randall Cunningham, and he got sacked 72 times his first year as a starter. And then he became a passer, but it took 2 or 3 years. He still ran, but the passing just kept going up and up and getting better.
If you're capable of passing, that'll help you running. And if you're capable of running, it can complement each other here. But if a defense knows exactly who you are, what you are, it makes it a lot easier for them, for their game plan. You still have to carry that out. But with Lamar Jackson, it just seemed like the Bengals go, man, that guy, he certainly seems like he can run well. Yeah, McLevin.
But the Bengals are literally the worst defense in the history of the NFL. That's a correct use.
Are they literally?
Yeah, they're going to break the most yards allowed by week 16 probably. They're the worst. They're the worst. They're not even close.
But just yards allowed?
Yards allowed. But it's not surprised because yards allowed are up throughout the league, so someone's going to break it this year.
Yeah.
But the Bengals are 32. They can't tackle. What if they played the Texans or somebody with some big hitters? Someone's going to take a shot. Lamar's not a big dude. Someone's got to take a shot, right?
Well, what do you mean take a shot? Like a cheap shot?
Just hit him once. That's the NFL. You got to catch him.
Yes.
I'm telling you, a real defense.
That's like somebody goes, why didn't somebody just hit Floyd Mayweather? You have to catch him. You have to be able to hit him.
But the NFL always catches the guy. They always do. But he did, unlike RG3, he ran out of bounds really well.
Yes, and that's what you need to do. Nobody is going to check your macho card at the door and go, nope, you're not macho. Man, self-preservation at that position. I mean, that's just common sense there.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.